In the Mix with Sister Jonnie, and I'm back. Today, I have a very special guest who is on In the Mix. She is my friend. She is really my friend. I know a lot of people say that and they use that word loosely, like, this is my friend. But this really is my friend. She's been my friend over, I think, over 20 years. And she has been everything in the definition of what a friend is to me. I really appreciate her coming on. She is a person that is very health conscious when it comes down to what she puts in her body. She's very consistent with that, along with sharing it with her family and friends. She's also, I don't know if she's the co founder, but I feel like she is the co founder of Imagine Me. But she also supports Imagine Me. Her hands is all over Imagine Me helping. And it is a foundation that helps people that have been diagnosed with cancer, help to celebrate their life. They help with resources, and they're a nonprofit organization in California, in Sassoon, Fairfield, right? And she's here,
Correct. Consistent.
and she's going to share some tips on how she's been, or her regimen, on what she's been doing to keep her immune system strong. Now, I know, again, the disclaimer, we're not doctors. She's not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Please consult your doctor about anything that you hear on this show, and make sure it's something that you can take, because it may not be something that you can take. That's the disclaimer. You may hear that throughout the show. So anyway, without further delay, I want to welcome my friend, I affectionately call her Rosebud, Teresa Rosebud. Welcome to the show.
Hello, sister. How are you?
I'm doing great. I know that you're very health conscious about what you put in your body. And I thought it would be great if you can share it with other people so they'll know some of the health benefits that come from having a healthy diet and eating your vegetables and things like that. So, however you want to start, you can go ahead and take us away.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to start with not foods, but more so of supplements and herbs. So one of the things that I found that is very useful and helpful to add is black seed oil. And black seed oil is something that I take quite often. It does a lot for your immune system. It helps with your blood pressure. Now, these are things that they say it might help with. I'm not saying that it absolutely does, but for me, it has helped me in a lot of ways. It's helped with my digestive system. It's helped with respiratory health, heart, anti-inflammatory. It helps with a lot of things, and it's something that's been around for thousands of years. A lot of people have not heard of it. I met a gentleman in the health food store one day, and he introduced me to it, and he bought me a bottle. He blessed me with a bottle, and ever since, and that was about 2 years ago, I've been faithfully taking black seed oil. It's something that is nasty, but you can add to it. I take mine teaspoon by itself raw, no nothing, but everybody can't do that. You can add it to your foods. You can take it with a teaspoon with honey in it. You can take it as often as you like. For me, I don't have any side effects, but as we spoke earlier, I'm not a physician, so you must consult your physician before adding these things if you're on any type of medications. So that's one thing that I do and I've added that I feel that's a great benefit to a lot of people. I remember reading a article about a gentleman in Africa who had HIV and he cured himself with black seed oil. That was one of his regimens. So it's very powerful. And for me, I know it works well. I get the organic cold press, the one that stays in the refrigerator. The black seed oil that I get, I have not been able to find online. I only get it from a vitamin place out here in Fairfield. It's called Vitamin Adventure. So far I've looked for it, but I have not found it elsewhere. And the refrigeration keeps its potency. So it's very important to try to find one that can maintain its potency. Okay.
Okay. And that's black seed oil. And she put me on up on
I,
the black seed oil, and I just want you guys to know that it is disgusting. But I take the tablespoon and I am the one that mixes it with honey. But again, it's preference. So that's what I do. But yeah, thank you, Teresa.
you're
Okay.
welcome. The next one is garlic. Garlic is very good. You can take it in a pill form, or you can just chop it up and eat it like I do with potato chip. Most people can't do that, but I can do that. Garlic really is good to eat daily. It helps improve your cholesterol levels, supposedly. Not, I can't, really 100% say that it does. It may help reduce heart disease, and it also helps with anti-inflammatory, and it boosts your immune system. So I take mine in the form of a pill, with gel pill, or I just eat it. And I don't do it daily, but I at least do it 3 times a week. So garlic is very good if you can, take it in a pill form. Make sure it's a gel because a gel pill is better, or you can just eat it raw. Okay,
Okay. That's garlic.
that's garlic. Yes, and then
Mm-hmm.
ginger.
Mm-hmm.
So ginger, I use a lot when family members are sick or just I want some fresh ginger tea. But ginger is awesome. Ginger helps with a lot of things. It helps with nausea. It helps with morning sickness for those of you that are expecting. That would not be me. It helps with muscle pain and soreness. It reduces that pain. It's a inflammation reducer. It improves the cardiovascular and the digestive system, and it also helps with regulating your blood sugar. So ginger is a very good additive to add into your daily life. And when you're sick, I usually peel ginger. I boil it in water with some garlic and make it into a tea with honey and lemon, and it will kill anything. Now that I am 100% sure of. I've tried it on my family members. I've tried it on myself, and it knocks out whatever is trying to attack your body. Really boosts your immune system really well. So ginger is an excellent additive to add also.
Okay. So we have so far we have black seed oil. We also have um, the garlic, and then we have the ginger.
Correct.
All right.
So now we're going to talk about probiotics, which I have been a firm believer over 2, 3 years. Um, Probiotics really helps create a healthy digestive and intestinal system. Even if you eat wrong, it still helps with the digestive, and it helps everything do what it's supposed to do. And probiotics is really also something that promotes a good digestive system, because your gut is everything. Everything starts with your
Mm-hmm.
gut. And so if you have a healthy gut, then the rest of your body falls in line with the rest. So to me, I've seen a huge difference in my digestive system because I've been on it for so long, and then I will not take it just to see how my body reacts. And my
Mm-hmm.
body is like, no, put it back in. And immediately when I began to take it, it really does what it's supposed to do. Like anything else that's shelf life, I don't particularly use a probiotic that sits on a shelf. I use a probiotic that is refrigerated. It actually is shipped cold and then it's refrigerated. And Vitamin Shop is one of the health food stores that I know that does that particular process. They actually get it cold, ship it in a cold package, and then it's immediately refrigerated so that the potency stays. So if you get a shelf life probiotic, whatever that probiotic states, if it's 20 billion, it's
Mm-hmm.
probably not 20 billion by the time you get it, but it's still better than not taking it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So the probiotics that I use is called the Garden of Life, and it's raw. It's raw whole foods. It's non-GMO. It has absolutely no nothing, no preservatives, no binders, no fillers. So it's very healthy. Even on the back, you'll see green peppers in it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see. So it's more so raw
Mm-hmm.
from Whole Foods. So that particular brand, the Garden of Life, for me works well, and they have it for different ages and stages of your life.
Hmm.
So they have it for men. So for me, I believe that that's an essential part. The foods that we eat today, are not the best. So you must always remember to keep something fighting that bad bacteria from the foods we eat so that you can have a healthy gut.
Okay.
Okay.
Probiotics.
Yes. Vitamin D. So, vitamin D is so essential to us as human beings. And doctors never test you for your vitamin D level. It's not part of your regular routine. And it's sad because most Afro Americans have a vitamin D deficiency and we don't know it. I've tested it. I have had numerous coworkers and family members who I asked to ask their physician to take their actual vitamin D level, and they have been severely vitamin D deficient.
Hmm.
Even those that stay in the sun. My dad stays in the sun, but he is also and always has been vitamin D deficient. It's something about the melatonin in our bodies that certain people do not, the sun does not do it for us. So you never know whether you're deficient in it or not, but it plays a part in a lot of your health problems that you don't even know might be the cause of it. And so, vitamin D, for me, I take the vitamin D3 and I take it in a liquid form. Most of the things I take are liquid. I try to get liquid versus pills, but if I can't find it in the liquid, then I'll take it in a gel pill. So, vitamin D3 is the type of vitamin D we need, and I take mine liquid. I get mine from Puritan's Pride because puritanspride.com, there's absolutely no preservatives in there. There's no yeast, milk, soy, gluten, sugar, starch, nothing. So I try to take those type uh, of solutions, supplements
Hmm.
that will help because it's natural, it's more natural. So I get my liquid vitamin D from Puritan's Pride, which is very good. And vitamin D, of course, is good for your bones, but it's also good. It aids in decreasing heart disease. It also could possibly reduce the possibility of you developing sclerosis. It also helps with depression. I was very shocked to know that. But vitamin D helps with reducing depression. So I think it has a lot of good elements that no one ever talks about. And I think I found out about vitamin D in 2008 or 9 as a result of a car accident. I had my vitamin D tested and I was severely vitamin D deficient too. And what I noticed is if I stop taking vitamin D for 3 to 4 months and I go get my test, it's low again. So it's not that I can only take it for a little while. I have to take it all the time.
Okay.
It's like because if I don't, then my vitamin D level drops.
Okay.
So I've tested that over the years to make sure that even with me eating, foods with vitamin D in it and all the different things, for me, I have to take the supplement.
Right. Okay, so then that leads me to ask you this question, which I don't want to, state an obvious question, but I just need to understand. So, how would somebody know that they may be vitamin deficient without getting a test? I guess my question is, what would be some of the symptoms other than what you said it was good for? You said it was good for building the bones. It also fights depression, scoliosis, but are what are the symptoms of a vitamin D deficiency?
I'm not sure because I never knew I had.
Mhm.
The doctor that tested mine just tested it because due to the accident
Right.
and some other reason. But I'm not 100% sure exactly if you would have any. I know a friend of mine that has autoimmune deficiency, and one day she called me and she just told me that she was just so tired. She just wasn't feeling well. And as I began to talk to her, I'm like, I'm gonna bring you some vitamin D. I brought her some vitamin D and she's like, I never had vitamin D before, but I'm beginning to feel better. So It's probably a lot of things, and I probably need to do some more research on what type
Mhm.
of symptoms you can have. But she had so many other symptoms that I couldn't pinpoint a particular symptom that she had. She had a lot of them. So I'm not
Okay.
100% sure of what type of symptoms you would have, but because sometimes a lot of deficiency in vitamins have similar symptoms. So I
Mhm.
don't know if there's a pinpoint,
Mhm.
but I would be willing to maybe research to try to find out.
Yeah, but no.
Maybe.
I'll go ahead and post a link in the description box about the benefits of vitamin D3. I know you put me up on it. So, I just was wondering like what because what if somebody doesn't, right now nobody wants to go in the hospital, okay? So,
Right.
if someone wanted to know like, "Oh, you know what? Most black people, they do have this vitamin D deficiency. What are some of the symptoms to look for?" So that's why I asked that question. But I'll go
Oh,
ahead and Google it and then
and
I'll
that's
go
what
ahead
I'm
and
at.
post the link. Yeah, I'm sure it's online. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. So one thing that I just recently stumbled upon was zinc.
Hmm.
Never really been taking zinc or copper, but zinc was something that I did some research on and I added to my other supplements. So for zinc, it's an essential mineral that a lot of us lack. You can't get it in your foods and your bodies just don't have it. So I think that zinc is another important supplement that should be looked at if you're just trying to stay healthy, keep your immune system built, and live the best life that you can live. So zinc enhances your immune function, of course, and it also stabilizes your blood sugar levels. They say it fights inflammation, and it also may aid in keeping your skin, eyes, and heart healthy. And
Hmm.
I didn't know about the skin, eyes, and that aspect of it, but it's just something that it said it might be a benefit to you. So for me, I think the type of zinc I take is it's called gelatin or something. I can't remember the name, but it's not. It doesn't just say zinc. It's some particular type
Hmm.
of zinc,
Okay.
and I can't recall, and I don't have the bottle in front of me, but I can't recall exactly what it is. Cheld or gelatin or something weird
Okay.
like that. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
So
It's okay.
zinc is something that I think that people should look into too, because minerals are very important, and that's one of the things that we really lack is minerals.
Mm.
It
Yep.
can it can be a lifesaver, I believe. Now, I looked at some of the things that are high in zinc, some of the foods, and so one was like bran and fiber. Foods that contain bran and fiber. Um, Milk, poultry, of course, and
Hmm.
also whole grain cereals and
Okay.
breads. Those contain a lot of zinc. But as
Okay.
we know, each person's body is different. So you can be eating a lot of those things and your body just not absorb it.
Hmm.
So that's one. And then echinacea and golden seal.
Hmm.
Not sure if people know about that, but echinacea and golden seal has been around for a long time.
Hmm.
Also, they say it's best to have both of them together because what they do is they aid in keeping the potency.
Oh,
Instead of
okay.
just doing the echinacea by itself and the golden seal, you want to get the one that says echinacea with golden seal.
Oh, okay.
And I've always taken echinacea with golden seal, and you can get that in a liquid form.
Hmm.
So yeah, it increases the potency of both
Okay.
together.
Okay.
So that immune is of course an immune system builder, and it produces natural cell killers that fight against sickness, flu, cold. And if you get a flu, cold, you start taking echinacea and golden seal,
Hmm.
you're gonna start feeling better real quick. It just
Hmm.
really hits that bloodstream, especially if it's liquid. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, it just really hits you, and you really feel the difference if you just let the flu, doing the natural soup, rest, drinking fluids. But if you add that golden seal and echinacea, it really shortens the time.
Hmm.
It also aids in the digestive system. I didn't know that until I researched it, but it also aids in your digestive system to help with that. and it's a natural herb, and it promotes healthy skin as well.
Mhm. Mhm. And
So
then one thing to
recommend.
add to that is I talked before on this show about elderberries. Elderberries, they have an elderberry with zinc in it to help fight against colds and viruses as well. So, yeah, zinc is really, really good. Just going back to the zinc, but elderberry is also really good too. You know,
Thank
I
you.
just wanted to throw that in there. But you're right. You're right. Go ahead. You're doing good.
Thank you. So cucumber water is something that I drink a lot of. Cucumbers are very good. I just slice the cucumbers up and let it sit in the water, and I drink it. It may help to lower blood pressure, supports healthy skin. It's a great antioxidant, and it also boosts bone health. And it's rich in calcium, magnesium, vitamin B, vitamin K, and phosphorus. And those are things that we all need. I don't know if you've ever heard of vitamin K, but vitamin K is kind of really essential.
Mhm.
And I'm getting ready to add a supplement for that because vitamin K is kind of hard. When I did a little research on it, is our bodies don't absorb it good.
Mhm.
It comes in a few foods, but we don't absorb it. But it's a vitamin K1 and a vitamin K2. So I'm going to be doing some more research on that before I start it. But I'm thinking of adding that also.
Mhm. And then I just want to add bananas. I talked about that on the show too. Bananas are high in potassium, but also vitamin K. And the reason why I brought that up is because my grandmother is 96 years old. And I promise you, this woman, all she eats is bananas. I mean, when I go over there and visit her, like if I tell her, "Do you want a banana?" She'll be like, "Yes, I want a banana." Like she loves my whole life. My grandmother's ate nothing like a lot of bananas. I don't know if it's something to that, but she is
it must
96 years old. To this
it
day,
must be something
she
to
still eats bananas
it.
every single day. Like for real. My aunt who takes care of her,
Right.
watches over her. Um, every time she's sitting down to eat, that's one of the treats. It's like, well, I'll give you a banana if you finish. And she's like, she goes crazy about these bananas. So anyway, I just wanted to add to that. It's vitamin K and bananas as well. Hmm.
That's wonderful. So that's all I have as far as my supplements. As far as eating, I
Hmm.
do things in moderation. Of course, a lot of fruits and vegetables. I am a meat eater, but I limit it. Sometimes I go 2 or 3 days without meat, and I do more vegetables and fruits and salads. And I think that moderation is good. I have my moments when I need my ice cream, but once I get my ice cream, it's done. It's like I'm not gonna every day have ice cream.
Hmm.
So as long as you have some self control, I still eat what I want to eat, but I
Hmm.
just don't eat things that are not that healthy for me all the time. I eat it sometimes. Like one day this week, I had a cheeseburger from Nation and some banana cream pie. No French
Ooh,
fries.
not
Who are
the
you talking
banana
about?
cream
You
pie.
talking about good? I was like, okay, when
Oh,
have I done that? I haven't done that in forever. So,
yeah, but
you
those
know,
banana cream pies from Nations be
ooh, that's
so
my favorite.
good.
My favorite.
Oh,
So when you think about health conscious, it doesn't mean that you cannot have your little treats here and there. It's
right.
just you don't want to make it a habit. Everything in moderation, is good for you. So,
Hmm.
um, water, of course, and Johnny knows that I drink pH balanced water,
Hmm.
and I know that the pH balance levels they change by
Hmm.
sitting. Anything shelf life is gonna sit, is gonna change. I drink the 9.5 from Costco, but also what I'll do is I'll squeeze some lemon in there, make my own little concoction or something, and just because the lemon outlines it too. So
Hmm.
I squeeze the lemon juice in there
But
also.
how much
So
water do you drink a day?
me personally, wow, I almost drink a gallon
Hmm.
because I don't really drink anything else really here and there. I drink the Naked Green Machine juices out the store. That's about it. But I drink a lot of water. By time 2 o'clock comes, I've had at least 64 or more
Hmm.
ounces.
Okay.
So I drink a lot of water.
And I just want to add, you also drink cold water?
No,
I'm being funny now.
I do not drink
I
cold
know
water.
you don't.
I drink lukewarm, not lukewarm. I just room temperature.
Hmm.
But sometimes in the morning, I do drink a hot cup with lemon.
Hmm.
But I do not drink cold water. I do not
Hmm.
like water. But when
Hmm.
I went to a restaurant one time, everybody was ordering. They had all this ice in their water, and I told the guy, "Please don't put no ice and give me lots of lemon." And he said, "You know what? That's the way you're supposed to drink it.
Hmm.
You
Yep.
say you're not supposed to drink cold water like that."
Hmm. A lot of people know that I drink a lot of tea. And unbeknownst to me, when you drink something that is hot, hot fluids, hot water, it helps to rejuvenate the nervous system. So a lot of people don't know that. So by you drinking room temperature water, it helps with the digestion process as well. Because if you think about it, if you eat like in the black diet, unfortunately, in our diet, there's a lot of greasy food. So if you come behind it with something cold, it's going to harden. I mean, you just think about it. It's going to harden. But if you
Right.
have something that's room temperature or warm, then it helps with the digestion process. I mean, it's still not good to eat all the, foods that's high in fat. Expert, you've already let me know. I already know. But I actually have somebody that's going to come on the show that actually, does garden and is going to give a lot of tips on that because this is what they do on a regular. But I know that you have gotten into gardening, and I just was wondering if it was anything that you might want to share, just because I've been really trying to educate people on how we need to prepare for the things that are coming. And by doing that, people need to learn we got to go back to the basics. Like we have to, grow our own food. We have to learn how to do things that, are forgotten skills, sewing and all these other different things. So I wanted to ask you about planting vegetation, vegetables and stuff like that, and herbs. What are your thoughts? Do you have any input on that, or any
Well,
recommendations
I
on
mean,
seed or anything?
I'm I'm kind of new at it, but I've been planting a lot recently, and successfully. I've started from seeds, which I've never really done. I'm not a gardener or planter, so this time I did pretty much everything from seeds.
Mhm.
And I wish I had a picture because I have plants. I have watermelon it's actually growing.
Mhm.
I can't believe it. The only thing that I can think that I did is I use organic soil. I don't
Mhm.
know if that had anything to do with the germination of the seed because it germinated really quick.
Oh,
So I
wow.
have
Okay.
about 7 or 8 different things I've planted, and they are actually plants already. And I started about 4 weeks ago, maybe
Mhm.
four
I
or 5 weeks
remember.
ago. So how I learned is I went on YouTube.
University of YouTube.
I went on YouTube. I looked up all of the different plants that I have, and most of them are all vegetables. They're tomatoes, cucumbers, bell peppers, onions, squash, zucchini. I did all of it. And
Mhm.
I'm excited. Just I went on YouTube. I looked at a few to determine which one I wanted to try, and I got tips from them. And then I just got my planting soil, got my starter planters and went for it. And
Okay.
so far, success. So far, I see big green leaves. I don't see
All
anything else.
right.
I did lemon. Yeah. So for me, I'm an amateur, so I'm gonna make sure I watch the person that you're gonna have on that does what
Yeah.
know what they're
Oh,
doing.
yeah. And
Because
she's
for
also
me,
gonna. Mhm.
I didn't want to put mine in the ground, so I just bought big, huge pots. So a lot of my YouTube searching was for big pots. So tonight, when I got off of work, I've transplanted 4 of them to 4 big, huge pots, and
Oh,
we're gonna
already?
see how.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, Jasmine's gonna come on the show. She's gonna come on, and I think in another week. I think next week. anyway, sometime after the 8th. She's going to come on the show. She's working with her church. They have a community garden, and she's going to share tips on how beginners can start on a budget and really like grow some really nice things, and some tips on even different pots you can use. I mean, some of the things she told me, I was like, what? So anyway, it's just been great. The soil, the compost, like she's going to come on and she's going to really break it down. But I wanted you to break it down because I know that, even though this is your first time doing your garden, I know before you did tomatoes, right?
Yeah,
You did
just a
tomatoes
few
before, and then you did your plants and
way
stuff like that.
long
But
time ago, right?
now you're kind of like getting into it. So I just was wondering if you had anything that you wanted to share with,
Yeah.
your
So I
experience
did.
and gardening.
Right. So today I did add some banana peels in the dirt. So we're gonna see that's as compost because you can use your vegetables and things that you have in the house that you can't cook. You can put it right in your soil. So I learned that from YouTube. So I put
Hmm.
some banana peels and some stuff. So we're gonna see how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what else I learned? You know
Hmm.
what else I learned? So the soil of plants is really tricky. You never know if the soil has enough phosphorus, magnesium, calcium.
Nutrients,
So
right?
I went on YouTube and I found out that you can actually put Epsom salt in your plants. You mix it with water and
Oh,
it gives it the nutrition. So we're trying that. I'm trying
Epsom
that
salt?
also. So they have an Epsom salt for plants, but they say you can use regular Epsom salt too. You mix it with a gallon of water. You put so much in it, you shake it up, and you just put it in your soil every 2 weeks. So I'm trying that,
Oh,
and also I had one plant that's not a vegetable that was in the house that just it seemed like the top of the dirt was getting mildew or something. So I went online, I looked it up, and it said take some peroxide. Take some peroxide and water, mix it together. Do you know that plant don't have it no more? Gone.
what? Oh,
And baking
wow.
soda.
And
Baking soda too. You can mix baking soda with water. It does so many. One of them keeps bugs away. It's just amazing the things that we have at home that we can do. YouTube University.
University of Utah, I'm an advocate. I love me
You
some
are.
YouTube. I really do.
Me
So,
too. I
yeah.
learned how to do so much on YouTube.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate your time. You guys, she does not do this. This is not her thing. So she has a lot of love for me to even do this. So Teresa, thank you. I affectionately call her Rosebud because when I met her, I think that name is just so beautiful and it fits
Thank
her personality. It's her married name, but she's like a rosebud. She's just a beautiful person
you.
inside and out. Anybody that knows her can contest that she's always helping. She's always she finds the need, and if she's able to fulfill that need, then she's going to do it out of the kindness of her heart, not wanting anything back from anyone, because what she's doing is unto the glory of God. She really is that kind of person. So, and she's consistently that kind of person. So Rosebud, thank you for coming on the
Thank you.
show.
Thank
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it.
Okay.
Teresa, thank you so much for coming on the show. You guys, don't forget to subscribe, tell somebody, don't like. It doesn't even matter. I just appreciate you taking the time to even watch us. So God bless you. Be encouraged. Remember, God loves you and God just wants to use you. This is In the Mix, you guys. Bye-bye.